Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to take your brand new yellow Osage bow and stain it naturally to look more like this one. I'm not going to use any of these stains. We've got some store-bought stains that you could put on the wood to make them immediately darker. Some people recommend taking steel wool and putting it in vinegar, and then that will create a more natural stain. And there's also stains you can do with walnut husk. What I'm going to show you today requires putting nothing on the wood except for sunlight itself. A lot of people think and will tell you that it takes months or even years to get a good dark stain on Osage wood using sunlight. And that's because they only take that bow out to shoot it once in a while, or they take it hunting, and that's the only time that that bow sees daylight. The rest of the time it sits in their garage or it sits in their basement. Alright guys, it's this easy. Whenever you go to work, lay the bow in the yard. When you are home for the weekend, lay the bow in the yard. It is going to soak that sun up. It's going to get brown fast. So to demonstrate this, I've got this piece of Osage right here, and you can tell it's the same color as the bow I'm working on. I'm going to cover half of this piece. We're going to set it out in the sun, and we're going to see the difference we can get in just a few hours. One of the cool things about darkening your bow with sunlight is that it still works even through a shellac. So I'm going to take this true oil and I'm going to just do half of this exposed stick just to show that the darkening process will work the same. Okay, so you can see I've got this exposed Osage. I've got the part there that's been true oiled. You can clearly see that. The part that has nothing on it, and then the rest of this stick is going to be covered under that bandana. Okay, so I've got it sitting right there in the sun on the stump. It's 10:30. I'm going to come back out here as the sun starts to set, and we'll see what kind of color difference we get. Alright, so it has been 7 hours. The sun has just set off of this piece of wood, as you can see here. So we're going to pull this off here and see what we got. Look at that. That is 7 hours of difference. 7 hours in the sunlight. Sunlight, no sunlight. So you guys can see how it doesn't take long. Set your bows out in the sun. Do it while you're at work. Do it on the weekends. Any chance you get, just set them out in the sun and they will start to brown very quickly. You can also see that the true oil had no effect on the browning of the wood. So this is where the true oil was right here. You can see it's shinier there. It's got that finish on it, but it did not stop the wood from turning brown there. There's the final results. Just remember, this only works on Osage. It does not work on any other kind of woods. One thing I like to do is leave the handle wrap on when I'm sunning the bow, and that's because you'll be able to see the progress later on from where the sun didn't touch the bow. And it kind of feels naughty pulling this thing down and looking at the tan line, but there you can see the difference between sun and no sun. I did have this one off a couple times, so it did get a little bit darker under there.